what do you think would take for like that kind of shift to happen in India, where like a female driven narrative written by females brings in equal number, like comparable, of course it's a long process, but comparable numbers to male counterparts.
I personally feel it doesn't have to be written by a female to be about a female. I also think that it has to be well written to be well received. So I think it's all in the writing. So for a film to find a good producer, the content has to be good. And I believe that the world has to be so self sufficient that that you don't really question it,
Right.
that the story is a world in itself. And I feel that for people to develop something like that, I think what it requires is just an understanding that there are people around who are a little different from you, maybe gender wise,
Yeah.
who might have like maybe just 50% of us, but it's okay to take notice now after a zillion years. But it's okay. And I feel like yes, it will be nice if there are good well written stories that come out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think also in writing circles, especially, sometimes in like more patriarchal industry, it's sort of, it's not meaningful script when it's written by a male, because a lot of challenges that females go through, for them it's an outsider's perspective. They don't understand it from their personal experience by virtue of being a
Hmm.
man. And so I feel, yeah,
Right.
so that's where I was coming from, in the sense that, okay, to build in more authenticity, to build in more complexity of
True.
what a woman faces in terms of like how the society functions, or whatever the goal of
Right.
the story is, that is, I found a bit more authentic when it comes from that. So of course nobody should restrict themselves. I have written stories about women, but I always sort of validate it from another female, that okay, if this is a situation you are put in, or in general females are put in, what is the response? Like, is this a likely scenario in real life, or is it more like what guys think that girls do?
Right.
But yeah, I'm glad
Yeah,
that
yeah. Fair enough.
gradually,
That's actually a good practice.
yeah, and so gradually that shift is happening. But I feel like female driven narratives created by female would sort of like boost it up a little bit. So yeah, I mean,
Yes.
India has fortunately a lot of good female filmmakers, Zoya Akhtar and
I've actually been lucky.
yeah.
Yeah. I've been lucky to work with two people. Actually, the two projects that I've done, one short film and one feature film, have both been female driven. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I've been one has been written by a man, and one has been written and directed by a woman. Both are very different flavor wise, and I do agree, with the fact that yes, a woman has a complete understanding. But I, in the recent past, have read scripts by friends who are men who have done justice to the mind of a woman. To have gone deep inside and thought, "Ki, acha, this is what she would do," you know and I really do like respect the research that goes behind, like you say that you take your time to ask somebody if this is how somebody would react. And I really respect that, because that is what you would do for somebody else. You are trying to understand.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I find the whole process of writing characters very fascinating, very therapeutic, because it just like opens up your mind to so many scenarios, so many possibilities. It's my favorite thing to
True.
do when I'm not doing podcasts or like, directing and stuff like that. But okay.
Really.
Yeah, yeah. I can't tell you how many you know synopsis, like one page synopsis I have written, like completed from beginning to end, at least six if I have to tell
Hmm.
you right now. So I just write
Wow.
synopsis, and then I think, would this be good for an audio drama, like fictional audio storytelling? Would this be
Right.
good for a short film, or should we do think of it more as a TV series or a feature film? So I try to pick up an idea, like the core idea, and then try to think what would be
True.
the best format
True.
for it. So yeah,
Right.
it's my favorite thing to do. I just love thinking, cooking things in my brain and then putting it on paper.
Same here. Actually, I have a blog on Instagram where it's like a secret account where I blog about movies and characters that I loved watching, and I break down the craft. Yeah, I actually break it down and I write about it. And there are hardly any people that follow me there because I have maintained an alias, and I don't keep reveal my real name over there. But I
Okay.
love writing freely about what I watch, like the people I know, because sometimes I'm writing about my friends' performances. I don't want them to know that I've written all that, so I break it down sometimes. And yeah, I also love it. I love writing about characters and observing how and when you see what you see and how that shape of a character, the feel was formed.
Okay, I know who I'm jamming with for an upcoming film that I want to direct. So you can share that secret account with me so I can, like,
I'll do that. I'll do
pick
that.
up some tips and then have some discussion points.